I am going to draw for you a happy little tree. Just kidding. I'm going to draw for you a monstrous tree. Ah! Greetings! This is Monster D, and I'm here today to give you a little drawing demonstration. Yes, I have been making more and more live appearances lately. You never quite know where I'm going to turn up next, a Comic-Con, a Renaissance fair, you never know, maybe a local mall. So what I'd like to do today is give you a little taste of what you might be getting when you cross paths with Monster D. My most famous creations are what are known as my 5-minute monsters. That is, I create a one-of-a-kind monster in 5 minutes or less from your own mind. Here's how it works. This is my magic monster maker. This will extract a unique monster right from your mind, and it will put it through my hands onto this page. Are you ready? This thing is so powerful, it can even pull a monster out of the master of monsters himself. That would be me. So, first thing is you need to give it a nice hearty monster shake. You can roar! Okay, then you open the Magic Monster Maker. I suppose I shouldn't look. Doesn't really matter. Pull out a piece of paper. Any piece of paper will do. Read the paper. What does it say? Ah, it says self. So I'm going to draw an even more monsterized self-portrait. Put that back in there. Now, I did say these are 5-minute monsters, which means yes, this is timed. So, here's my futuristic time-telling device set for 5 minutes. I'm going to start, and I'm going to draw my handsome self. Ready? All right. Alright, so we have the hat, we have the hair, we have the scary beard. Actually, I think I'm just going to run with the scary hair and beard idea. Remember, this is a monster, so let's just make it even more monstrous than I already am, as I said. Alright, this is right up my wheelhouse. I may have done a couple of monsterized versions of myself before. Hopefully you're near enough that you get a hold of my latest business or website cards. They have a monster very much inspired by myself. Alright, let's keep going. When I'm drawing on my own away from my gigs, I specialize in kaiju, you know, the giant Japanese monster type. However, whenever I'm in person, sometimes I come out more kaiju style, but I sort of let the Magic Monster Maker and my marker figure that out for me. Sometimes it looks like a giant monster, sometimes maybe not so big. but no two drawings are ever going to be alike. Alright, so keep going. Maybe some little hair tendrils. Tendrils are always fun. I like tendrils. Tendrils on a jellyfish, or on a man of war, or actually, I guess tendrils technically are part of a plant body, so maybe this isn't the right being. Maybe I'm not the right being to have tendrils at all, but no matter. I'm calling them tendrils. Venom had tendrils. Alright, so. Alright, let's make my lovely black hat. And almost there, almost there. And let's see. Is that horrific enough for you? Alright, no monster is ever complete without Monster D's signature. And there we go. This is my monsterized tendril version. Yeah, I got some time. I might as well darken a little bit, but this is basically what happens. A nice harem scarum Monster D monster. So how was that? It's going to have sharp leaves, protruding branches of doom. It's going to have bark, rooted feet. It's going to be able to creakily slither your way. Alright, now I just need you to open up and pull out a piece of paper. And what does the paper say? Oh, it says favorite sport. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to put this back and put this up here. So, once you pick your subject, you say what it is. I'm going to say my favorite sport to watch is roller derby. So I am going to create a one-of-a-kind roller derby monster that no one else will have but me. So they are called 5-minute monsters because I will create them in 5 minutes or less. See my futuristic time-telling device? Setting it for 5 minutes. See? Now, I'm going to click start, and I'm going to begin. So remember, these drawings are to be monstrous. So this will be a monster roller derby creation. Ready? Here it goes. It just so happens that the small town in which I reside has its very own roller derby league now. It has had it for quite a few years now. It is a most entertaining, enthralling sport, relatively simple to follow, and yeah, very competitive. I'm going to draw a monster based on sort of the main point, or the main type of player that you come across, called the jammer. She is one who scores the points. She kind of is like the living hockey puck or ball, if you will. She has to get through the crowd in order to advance and essentially make points by passing up the other team's players. So yeah. So anyway. Alright, so far so good. And the awesome ladies who do this, they use not rollerblades, but traditional four-wheel roller skates. There is a bit of a retro feel to some of what they do. It's quite fantastic. I'll give it a little bit of a hot rod edge there, though. All right. Now, among the great things about these roller derby players is how they have uniforms, but they get to show off their unique sides, their own personalities, both with their sometimes outrageous names, as well as some interesting accessories with some of the things they wear. It's very unique in that, you're so used to so many sports where everyone wears essentially the same uniform except for maybe a number and a name, and they have that, but they have other things often that will accentuate them, and it's quite fun. Let's see here. Alright, so we're getting there, and yes, my goal is to beat that 5-minute mark, so I go about as quick as I can. Getting there. Alright. Almost done. And let's see. How about some flaming tailpipes? Rawr, maybe one right there too. This is a monster. This isn't your typical roller girl, right? We've got to have some fun with it. Okay. And, of course, the very last thing we do, after a little bit of corrective shading, oh, let me add a little ponytail in the back too. That just seems appropriate. There we go. Give her some personality there. Alright. And no Monster D drawing is ever complete without... Oh, do you hear that? It's incomplete, actually, because... 6. Alright. Hear that? The timer went off. So that would have meant that I have lost the game. Whoever chose the magic monster would have won, so there you go. Sometimes that does happen. Well, This is my roller derby monster. You better clear out, birdies. This monster does not want a nest on its face. And now I'm going to show you something else. This is going to be a first-hand view of one of my daily kaiju drawings. Of course, some of these drawings can take well above the 5-minute mark of my famous monsters that I draw in person. Some of you may have seen. Some of them can take upwards of 10, 20, 30 minutes. Some of the more detailed ones, which I add color and other effects to, can be 1, 2, 3 hours. They're all different. However, I hope to keep this to one of the shorter ones, so as to not have you sitting there too long. Of course, if it gets real long, I will chop it down a little bit, but you'll get a very good idea of the technique and flow and style that I use. Of course, if you've ever seen me in a live event, you know I'm very fond of my thicker Sharpies. However, for this drawing, I'm going to use something a little more personal, something with a little more finesse. One of you suggested that I draw a sunfish, and you also seem to be really excited about the idea of me drawing a crab. You had some other animals listed on there, but I'm going to stick with these two animals. I'm going to create, hopefully, an exciting combination of the sunfish and the crab. So, yes, Mr. Lemon, thank you for these suggestions. And now, we're going to begin. So, just open it up, and I'm just going to go for it. First, we'll take a moment to kind of breathe in the page and think about what I want to do and how I want the animal to look. And of course, I'm using only ink. I'm not doing anything in pencil right now, so I have to take a little more consideration and care in this because I can't erase, I can't go back. Also, this particular kind of pen, while I do love it, it is ink-based, and it takes a little while, a few seconds at least, to set. So I also have to be careful so I don't smudge and smear it, which perhaps I don't always get away with, but we shall see. Anyway, let's begin. So, the sunfish is this huge kind of bulbous creature, and what I want to mimic is its sort of bulbous and tall and wide and thick nature, but I want to mimic the that crunchiness, that hard shell of the crab. So, I'm going to start with, I'm going to look at the fins of this thing, and then I'm going to create, let's see here. I may start talking a little less as I want to focus more on the actual quality drawing.
The sun is setting slowly, the
was made from a combination of a sunfish and a king crab, and these pieces were suggested by one Spencer Lemon. So I think of all those. I've got it. How about Sunspencera? I'm not going to do anything too elaborate here, but Sunspencera. Now, dive down with me, down, down to the depths of the sea. Let me take you on a journey to find the king of his underwater domain. Yes, he is the dark deity of his own watery realm. Here he is, the sea cucumber. Yes, right before your eyes, the actual living animal, the sea cucumber. Just look at that hide. Isn't it so monstrous? It almost looks like Godzilla's, doesn't it? Well, yes. I'm going to draw my next kaiju based on this guy right here. He's not very mobile, but he is great nonetheless. Now, come with me over here, across the way, to my little makeshift studio. Right here I have some already finished study sketches of the creature, so I can refer back and forth to and from them and create for you the ultimate sea cucumber monster. I just love the skin that this creature has on him, the little bumps and spikes, almost like Godzilla. Isn't he nice? Alright. There's a fresh piece of paper, and my pen is ready, and I'm going to begin.
There are massive numbers, creatures great and small, screaming out for mercy, will lead you where you fall, plotting a succession, tearing, piercing flesh, man and woman, no one safe from bloody putrid breath. Battle rents my hunger, the life cannot ignore, the life that pushes further. It feeds a vicious
For those of you who might be wondering, these little bulbs I placed in rows upon this creature are meant to be a kind of bioluminescent tool, as Many sea creatures use such things, and it felt natural. Plus, it keeps with my idea and theme of kaiju being ornamental. Now for the name. The sea cucumber was suggested to me by one Maria Shoemaker, so in her honor and in honor of her geek teak, I'm going to name this one Teacumbra. I brought out here my handy dandy thick Sharpie to make this logo stand out a little bit more from the background, and keep going. Yes. Yes. Almost there. And here you have it, Teacumbra. And let me put a little sign on that too. Wouldn't be complete without the Monster D signature. There we go. Thank you, Maria, for your suggestion of the giant sea cucumber kaiju Teacumbra. And thank you all for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed. Monster Tree from Monster D. Don't climb this, nasty. He won't like it.